Hi, my name is Aaron McElwee. I'm the head boys and girls soccer coach at Mandan Height.
Welcome in, Aaron. Glad to see you, man. So one of the things that I know we spent some time on was being sure we understand how coach behavior on sidelines, in match, in training, translates to the athletes, both from a modeling standpoint and just a performance standpoint. What can you speak to on that?
Sure, I'd say it's very important just for the coach as a leader to show what kind of behavior you're looking from, not only from the coaches but players. I would say they're going to follow the lead of the coach for the most part. So again, sometimes we don't think about that as a coach because we're caught up in the moment. But at the end of the day, players on the bench start to react to it, and then it carries on to the players on the field, and then most likely it carries into the parents as well in the stands.
Yeah, and what we really see is we're all guilty of it, right?
Yeah.
We're all guilty. We all make the same mistakes here and there.
Yeah.
One of the things that drives me bonkers sometimes is we tell kids, hey, focus. Hey, focus. But then we never told them how to focus. And it's the same way with this behavior sort of outward expression piece where we have this vision of what we think they should be doing, but then we're going to do something differently, and then we didn't tell them how we want them, yeah? So do you see some of that same piece there?
Yeah, I'd say, for myself, obviously, I've gone through a lot of development in the last couple of years, probably 2 years, I used to question a lot of decisions, and now I don't really question anything. And I think that's not only helped the players, but I think it's also helped the results from our team as well. Getting results, just worrying about what we can control is what I've put into the kids.
And when we focus more on our side, what we're doing, how does that, what differences do you see in the kids then?
I think they're just a lot used to playing through the moment, you know what I mean? It's where before if I had a question something, they would do the same thing on the pitch and on the bench. And now not only myself, the coaches as well, under me in terms of assistant coaches, we behave the same way, and I think it's been a lot more positive for the kids.
Awesome. When we transition from the kids to just the coach's standpoint, one of the coolest projects that we've done up here in Mandan, and it started with you and I, and so I want to make sure you get some credit here for doing this part of the project where you and I took a real deep dive last spring, I think, right? On your coach's manual, player team manual, I don't know what the official term was, right?
Yep.
What did you learn going through that?
I would say the biggest thing is we've always talked about those things, verbally in parent meetings or player meetings or coaches meetings, but we never really had it on paper. It was a bullet point, but there was nothing deeper into it. So I think once you developed, subheadings and subheadings, there's actually a lot more to it. And I think when people visually see it versus just hear it, I think it definitely helps both sides.
Yeah, parents want to, one of the phrases that I use a lot, and I know you've heard me say this, is parents want to advocate for their kid.
Yep.
Heck yeah, we want them to advocate for their kid. We want them to do it in a professional, respectful way where it doesn't alienate the coach or the admin. And those parent handbooks, what was really cool, or team handbooks, what was really cool is that we then took that into the summer session when I was up here in the classroom side with the whole athletic department.
Sure.
And we walked through that for all the athletic departments using the soccer manual, the soccer team handbook piece, as a bit of a template. So can you speak to that, how that worked out?
Sure, I guess the biggest thing, like I said, is sometimes when you don't have your ideas on paper or what your protocols are for every scenario, it's sometimes you have nothing to back it up when something happens. And I think that was the biggest thing for ourselves was players, coaches, and parents essentially to be on the same page and understand we're here for each other and to make the program strong and a good experience for the kids. So again, you need a little bit of direction versus just saying something. You need to be able to back it up in terms of what we put in place at the beginning of the season.
And that gets to one of the biggest topics in sort of coach development is the idea of a coach philosophy. And it's not as cheesy as it maybe sounds. It's more so the thought behind whatever it is that you believe in. And please confirm, I didn't tell you what to believe in.
Correct, and I'll be honest, when we started our conversations, we kind of looked at each other and said, where do we start? And it went on for probably 2 months. We had no idea where to start, so it's just kind of interesting where you dive into the topics eventually then.
Yeah, that coaching philosophy, what it does is when you spend the time to think about it on the front end, you have so much better answers for the kids when they ask, for the assistant coaches, and you feel more confident in saying why you're doing a thing.
Yep.
Has that been your experience?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, everyone has their own coaching philosophy, but sometimes I think what happens with coaches is we don't revisit it. We can sit here and say we develop and progress, but we really don't think about it. We're in the moment, whether in season. And I think that's why doing it out of season really helped as well, to actually plan and develop it, and then put it into place in the girls' season in the spring, and then the same thing in the boys' season. And I think things have just limited in terms of scenarios or problems. It's definitely decreased, which is good for everybody.
Oh, that's a lot of ground, man. Between the behaviors in modeling for the kids, the team parent handbooks, the last one you just hit on there, the importance of doing stuff off season. Yes?
Yep.
The high school season, especially as a teacher, you're kind of just keeping your head above water all season, especially with the travel and the weather and all of that. Got to do the work in the off season. So kudos to you for taking that on and recognizing that and putting it out. Thanks for coming in today, Aaron.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.